Welcome to Arena. I'm Will Wheaton.
And I'm Travis Oates.
It is the second installment of our tournament, and tonight we'll see if our current champion can hold their own against the challengers.
Our scoring system breaks down like this. In each match, there are 5 possible points to be won. Each match is broken into 3 games, which are broken into 3 rounds. The team which wins the most points will advance to the next match. Points are awarded on the basis of the following criteria. Each game is worth 1 point. The team with the most accumulated total kills will win 1 point. The team with the most valuable player will win the final point.
Well, I hope you got all that because I certainly didn't.
Okay.
We'll begin tonight in Counter-Strike.
The most played 3D action shooter on the internet is a modification, or mod, to the hugely successful game Half-Life. Unlike traditional death matches, if players want to succeed in Counter-Strike, they'd better work together to capture the objectives, or they'll be working together to clean their teammates off the wall.
Tonight's first Counter-Strike game takes place in an arena called Italy.
To win the round, Team Steel must help all the hotel guests exit the arena by taking them out this gate, which is coincidentally where Team Steel spawns. Or they can go left, down this lovely cobblestone street, up these stairs, through this wine cellar, and finally up another set of stairs to arrive at the hotel. From their spawn site at the hotel, Team Molten can try to head off Team Steel by going left, back down that long passage to the market, or they can go straight across this bridge to this tastefully decorated apartment.
That seems like a nice vacation spot, doesn't it?
Yeah, if by vacation spot you mean death trap.
Yeah. Speaking of death traps, let's meet our players.
My name is Brian Laterzo from Los Angeles, California. My favorite game is Counter-Strike.
My name is Josh Engel. I am from Southern California, born and raised. My favorite game is probably Counter-Strike.
My name is Trish Norton. My favorite game? Well, I really like playing Dead or Alive 3. I've been playing video games since the days of Pitfall.
My name is Bobby Byrne. I'm from the beautiful Ventura County. I've been playing video games ever since I had fingers.
Hey, I'm Vincent Lopez. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm 27 years old.
My name is Michael Shames. I'm originally from Connecticut. My favorite game right now is Medal of Honor. I am 29 years old.
Mike Kelly. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. My favorite game of all time is probably the original Doom. I'm 24.
My name is Melanie Shannon. I think my favorite game would have to be Combat. I've been playing video games since I was 4. I'm 24.
What a motley crew.
I see them more as a Judas Priest.
Well, as long as they're not Striper. Let's see how they handle themselves in Counter-Strike.
We begin at Team Molten spawn site just outside the hotel. They've bought their weapons, and Obi-Wan heads down the long passage towards the marketplace. Here's Team Steel on the move. Obi-Wan's through the alleyway, and a Team Steel grenade just passes him, but Shamu takes him down.
Oh, Obi-Wan's dead. Who's gonna save Princess Leia?
Here's Shamu. Shamu heads around the alleyway, and Silence is there to take him out. Silence heads into the marketplace, and he takes D-Money out.
Oh, violence is never the answer.
Well, actually it is in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
All right, here's 808 Strafe making his way towards the hotel.
He's securing each area before he moves on. That's good strategy.
Okay, 808 Strafe with his back against the wall enters the hotel as Silence makes his way through the alleyway and back up the long passageway.
Quick like a bunny.
Back inside the hotel, 808 Strafe has found a tourist. And Silence is right there.
Let's go.
Here's Hecubus for Team Steel, who's picked up 2 more guests.
This is gonna get crowded.
He runs into Silence. And he takes Silence down. Here's El Presidente for Team Molten. He's in the hotel, and he takes Hecubus out. But 808 Strafe is there, and Team Steel wins round 1.
Oh, I think that housekeeping is going to be working overtime to clean up the hotel, Travis.
Yeah, Team Steel did a great job of backing each other up, and ultimately that paid off for them.
Well, we'll see if lightning can strike twice as we begin round 2.
We'll start this round at Team Steel's spawn site by the Iron Gate. They're heading towards the marketplace, while Team Molten is sending 2 men down the long passage to head them off. Team Steel is splitting up, Hecubus going through the apartment, and 808 Strafe going across the marketplace.
Probably looking for a frilly blue number.
Or maybe some tourist gifts for his kids.
Sure.
All right, silence is spotted 808 Strafe, but 808 Strafe takes him down and stops to shoot at the chicken?
El Presidente takes advantage of 808's distraction and sends him to sleep with the chickens.
Meanwhile, Hecubus has made his way through the apartment and is approaching the hotel. He cautiously rounds the corner, and he crosses the bridge. There's his teammate, Shamu, and they enter the hotel. Shamu just ahead of Hecubus. Around the corner, Shamu heads upstairs, and Hecubus is going to go downstairs. All right, they've picked up all of the guests.
Nice.
Thank you. And they are out of the hotel. El Presidente has come back across the bridge, and he spotted them. He opens fire. Hecubus shoots back, and El Presidente is going to jump behind the building there to reload. Hecubus is heading down the long passageway as El Presidente comes around and tosses a grenade towards Team Steel.
El Presidente knows they're going to go back through the marketplace, and he's going to try and head them off by cutting through the apartment.
El Presidente makes his way through the apartment.
Ooh, flowers.
Oh, it's very nice. Hecubus is on his way into the marketplace. Oh, Obi-Wan! Never knew what hit him!
He was probably looking at the tomatoes.
All right, he's going to hear about that when this round is over, I can tell you that. Hecubus and Shamu nearly have the tourists to the Iron Gate. Oh, here's El Presidente hopping out of the apartment. Oh, Hecubus takes out El Presidente, and Team Steel wins round 2.
Okay, what the hell was 808 Strafe thinking? Now listen, I like blasting the chicken in Italy just as much as the next guy, but that was just lame.
Please tell me that's a euphemism.
Yes, it is, but it's not for what you think.
Is it anything like plugging the pork?
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Okay.
All right, let's go to round 3.
We begin round 3 in front of the hotel. Now, Travis, both teams know what to expect from each other as we start this round. Do you think that's going to factor into their play?
Well, it may, but it doesn't look like it. Hecubus is going right back to the apartment, and 808 Strafe is cutting across the marketplace again.
Well, do you think he'll skip the chicken this time?
Well, he certainly choked on the chicken around 2.
Nice. 808 Strafe wisely ignores the chicken, and he takes a look at the long passageway as Obi-Wan enters the hotel and picks up 2 tourists. All right, he's on his way out of the hotel, and he's towards the long passageway.
Obi-Wan takes a look, decides that that's perhaps not the best way to bring the tourists, and decides that maybe he's going to try and bring them to a safe location where Team Steel can't find them.
Well, here is Hecubus, who's crossing the bridge on his way to the hotel, and Obi-Wan jumped off the bridge, and he's found Shamu down there in the tunnel. They trade fire, and Hecubus enters the hotel. Obi-Wan finally beaches Shamu. Oh, save the whales. Back inside the hotel, Hecubus goes upstairs, and he finds 2 tourists.
Hey, look, tourists.
We're on our way out. All right, Obi-Wan is on his way back into the long... Oh, no!
You've gotta be kidding
His own
me.
teammate cuts him down.
El Presidente is going to hear about that one when this round is over, especially if Team Molten loses.
Oh, Hecubus has all the remaining tourists, and
He's not trying to kill the tourists, too.
I think he's just upset. Hecubus is on his way down the long passageway as El Presidente rounds that corner into the alleyway. Oh, El Presidente cuts Hecubus down.
He's a crazy man.
Well, El Presidente really redeemed himself at the end there, huh?
Well, sort of. Mistakes are bound to happen in the heat of battle, but taking out your own man point blank, that's really a rookie move.
Well, we'll see if he has learned his lesson and eases off that trigger finger when Arena returns. Welcome back to Arena. Team Steel was victorious in Counter-Strike and won our first game point. Now our teams will face off in Unreal Tournament.
In this Capture the Flag arena, players will start out in one of 2 castles, where they can stock up on some basic weapons and armor before they take off across a large neutral zone towards their opponent's base. To cross the neutral zone, players can choose from a number of different tunnels and catwalks, where they'll have to watch out for more than just enemy campers. One false step means instant slag.
Players are also outfitted with a gun which fires a small translocation disc. After firing the disc, the player can translocate wherever that disc lands.
All right, place your bets, provided you're in a location where betting is legal, because we're about to begin.
We'll pick up the action just outside the Team Molten base, where Team Steel's trusty Nolly war cow Hecubus is on the attack. He's around the front of the fortress, and he fires a translocation disc right over the wall.
That was easy.
Well, he still needs to get that flag all the way back to his own base if he wants this to pay off. He's down off the catwalk, and he's out the back of the fortress. Remember, he can't translocate while he's carrying the flag, so he's going to have to run the entire way back.
And that's hard with those little stumpy legs.
He's picked up some health, and he's on his way back around the corner of the fortress. He exchanged some defensive fire, and he takes the left side catwalk. Oh, but here's Silence!
I noticed that purple glow on his weapon. That means he's got the damage amplifier.
And that damage amplifier really cuts Hecubus in half. All right, here's 808 Strafe for Team Steel. He's taking some very heavy fire from the Team Molten defenders, but he manages to avoid their shots, and he's translocated himself up into the Team Molten base. Hey, he's got the Team Molten flag. He's laying down some heavy suppressive fire, but here's Silence, who uses the anti-grav boots to hop the wall. He's really punishing 808 Strafe with that shot rifle, and 808 Strafe goes down. Back over at the Team Steel fortress, Obi-Wan, wearing the shield belt, translocates himself over the wall and shakes off some fire from D-Money to pick up the Team Steel flag. This is sniper rifle versus shock rifle, as Obi-Wan uses the impact hammer to launch himself over the wall.
That's a great move, similar to rocket jumping, but not as deadly.
Very impressive. Obi-Wan takes a huge shockwave blast from D-Money.
I believe that's called the D-Money shot.
I believe it is. Oh, actually, I'd call that the D-Money shot, as Obi-Wan goes down.
You're just a little smart boy.
All right, moving ahead in the round. Our pal Obi-Wan has respawned, and he's on his way back into the Team Steel fortress. He and D-Money exchange some burning plasma death, but you really have to admire his tenacity, Travis.
I actually admire his commitment to UNICEF.
You admire his commitment to UNICEF?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, we've got two really well-matched teams here, Travis. No flag captures, and Team Molten wins it on points.
Yeah, both teams played good defense in that round, holding each other off, but I suspect that we'll see more offense in round two.
Well, Kreskin, let's see if you're right.
We are following 808 Strafe, who is just outside the Team Molten base. He trades some shots with a Team Molten defender, and he translocates inside the fortress. He picks up a pulse rifle, and he's got the Team Molten flag. He drops down off the catwalk, and he runs backwards out of the Team Molten fortress. He's around the side of the fortress, and he meets up with his teammate Hecubus, who stays behind to hold off Team Molten as 808 Strafe heads for the neutral zone.
And there's finally some fire coming at 808 Strafe. I was beginning to wonder if there were any defenders around here.
808 Strafe is easily dancing around that defensive fire, and he's going to use a tunnel to cross the neutral zone on his way into his own end. This is going to be one of the easiest flag captures in the history of the game, Travis.
Well, teamwork, that's what it's all about. Put the Nolly War Cow in the back, have him absorb all the damage.
All right, back at the Team Molten zone, Obi-Wan is helping out Silence, who's taking some heavy fire from Hecubus, but Hecubus takes them both down. Back at his own base, 808 Strafe is in the safety of his own fortress, and he's going to capture the flag for Team Steel.
No problem.
Back to the action, Obi-Wan has respawned and is shooting it out against Shamu, who's got a machine gun.
That was impressive. Obi-Wan is armed with only an enforcer, and he managed to take out the player with the bigger gun.
Obi-Wan is on his way into the neutral zone as he cuts down the side catwalk and picks up a rocket launcher.
Uh-oh, if he was deadly with an enforcer, I'd hate to oppose him now.
He's closing in on the Team Steel base, but here is 808 Strafe and Hecubus. They're trading fire, and he kills 808 Strafe.
Oh, wow.
Hecubus smacks him down and neutralizes the Team Molten threat. Back at the Team Molten fortress, 808 Strafe has respawned and he translocates into the base. He's off the center catwalk, wisely arms himself with armor and a ripper.
Well,
and here's Mo Vaughn for Team Molten. Mo Vaughn drives 808 Strafe up the side catwalk, and he's taking heavy plasma fire from Silence. Silence turns his attention to Shamu, while 808 Strafe grabs a Team Molten flag. Nice flip as 808 Strafe exits the Team Molten fortress.
Very, very, very nice form there. By the way, do you know where those flags are really attached to the back there? Because
with the magnetic flag holder.
Oh, okay.
Here is Obi-Wan giving chase, but Hecubus cuts him down. 808 Strafe has safely made it across the neutral zone, and he's into his own base. He's going to capture the flag for his team again.
This is all over.
Yeah, it's over right now.
Exactly.
After narrowly escaping a draw in round one, Team Steel really dominated this round with 4 kills and 2 captures.
They were really working as a very fluid unit. Did I just say fluid unit?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And I'd say that they really earned their victory.
After 2 rounds were all even, let's go back into the arena for round 3.
808 Strafe looks to continue his heroics as we pick him up outside the Team Molten base. He's wearing that shield belt, and he translocates himself over the wall. He's armed himself with a machine gun, and his shield belt protects him from El Presidente's plasma beam as he picks up the flag.
That's what I love about shield belts.
He switches to the flag cannon, but he doesn't get a chance to use it as El Presidente smacks him down and returns the flag.
So much for the shield belt.
All right, we'll move forward in the action and pick up a respawned 808 strafe, who, accompanied by his trusty Nolly war cow Hecubus, is on his way into the base. He translocates and... Oh, he switched to the Redeemer, Travis.
What is he thinking?
Oh, he fires the Redeemer right into the wall and takes out Hecubus, El Presidente, and himself.
I should have ducked and covered, I guess.
All right, here is Shamu, who has made his way into the Team Molten fortress. He picks up some armor and a sniper rifle, and he's across that center catwalk towards the flag.
Well, they got the flag.
All right, El Presidente takes a shot at him, but Shamu smacks her down, and he uses the impact hammer to jump over the wall. He's out of the fortress, but here's Obi-Wan for Team Molten. He's taking some shots at Shamu, but Shamu blasts him right off the map.
Oh, wow. I was about to say Obi-Wan was hot in this round, but that's just cruel now.
Nice. Shamu crosses successfully through the neutral zone and passes his teammates, and he's on his way to his own fortress.
There is no one there to stop him.
I think this is going to be a runaway victory for them this round.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that's what you get when you have a war cow with you.
And the Redeemer. The round ends.
Well, Team Steel only managed to get one capture, but that's all they needed as they pick up 3 kills and take the round.
This round was all Team Steel. Team Molten was caught on the defensive so much they never really got a chance to mount a serious attack.
Molten will have a chance to get back into this match when Arena returns.
Rated M for mature.
We have an interesting situation in tonight's tournament. At the end of 2 games, Team Steel is leading 2 points to none.
Yeah, that's really going to put the pressure on Team Molten as we enter the 3rd and final game. They need to win not only this game, but also the total accumulated kills point as well as the MVP point. I say they have their work cut out for them.
Well, let's see how they do in the desolate world of Mechwarrior 4 in an arena called Dust Bowl.
We begin round 1 with Team Molten's Mo Vaughn, surrounded by all the members of Team Steel. Shamu and Hecubus unload massive volleys of long-range missile fire, and that's all she wrote for Mo Vaughn.
Wow, Mo Vaughn's an Atlas-class mech, too, so that's no small achievement.
All right, Team Steel is not about to give up. A short distance away, Obi-Wan has come in to make Shamu pay for destroying his teammate. Trading some heavy laser fire, and Shamu takes a direct hit to his hip joint.
That's the my butt's on fire dance he's making right there.
Very nice.
Most mechs don't have armor concentrated around their hips because it's so hard to target.
Oh well, Shamu shakes it off and takes down Obi-Wan.
Ouch.
Moving forward, Obi-Wan is respawned and he's focused his attention on Hecubus, but he's taking some incredibly heavy fire from 808 Strafe.
Obi-Wan is a lighter chassis than the other mechs on the field, and he's not going to be able to survive in many more shots like that.
That last shot took off his entire right arm. That's going to cost him the use of one of his PPCs.
And now he's going to have to protect the whole right side of his mech.
808 Strafe trading shots with Mo Vaughn, while Obi-Wan and Shamu go at it in the background.
Look at the damage on Obi-Wan. This guy is really hurting.
He sure is. He's limping away, and he gets some long-range missile help from his teammate Silence. Obi-Wan is turning his remaining pulse laser on Shamu.
I can't believe he's still going.
Oh, he finishes him off with his remaining PPC. That was amazing.
That's very impressive shooting by Obi-Wan. He's a much smaller mech than Shamu to begin with. He's missing an arm, still managed to take out the larger mech.
And Obi-Wan isn't done as he turns his attention towards 808 Strafe.
It's like a Terminator.
Here's Mo Vaughn for Team Molten, and he's going to take over and let Obi-Wan limp away.
Well, that's some good teamwork right there. Mo Vaughn is larger and less damaged than Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan is trying to sneak away. He's over that hill, and 808 Strafe is giving chase, but time runs out.
Well, these players who all did so well in Unreal Tournament and Counter-Strike seem much more uneven in Mechwarrior.
Yeah, well, piloting a mech is very different from fighting on foot. Something to keep in mind is as the mech walks, it shifts his weight from side to side, kind of like a big fat woman, making targeting much more difficult for inexperienced players. I think that's why we're seeing so many misses.
Well, Team Steel is up by 1. Let's see if they can pad their lead as we begin round 2.
Mo Vaughn is on the move as we begin round 2. He crests the dune, and he finds himself facing all 4 members of Team Steel.
I think someone's going to want to do over here.
Oh, man. Hecubus hits him with some heavy lasers while Mo Vaughn launches some long-range missiles.
This would be a good time to heed the advice of King Arthur and run away!
I got to agree with you, Travis. Mo Vaughn is getting pummeled by Team Steel.
Looks like Hecubus is going to leave Mo Vaughn to his own teammates as he heads off.
Yeah, Hecubus is busy watching the imminent demise of Mo Vaughn as he backs away from the action, and he has found himself right in the lion's mouth.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this lightweight mech will have no problem with these 3 heavyweight mechs.
What?
That's sarcasm.
Nicely done. Hecubus fires his jump jets as he dances around 3/4 of the Team Molten group. This could save him, Travis.
Yeah, he went a whole 7 feet there. That's really going to help him out.
Okay. Oh, that long-range missile fire takes him down. All right, later in the round, Mo Vaughn is again squared off against Hecubus.
Looks like some vendettas have developed in this round.
Mo Vaughn is already heavily damaged as he misses Hecubus with his PPCs and his Gauss cannon. Hecubus is running a really nice circle of death pattern around Mo Vaughn.
Looks like there's going to be some new paint jobs needed. That's all I can say. Hecubus is really also taking advantage of his mech's smaller size and greater speed.
Mo Vaughn misses again with his Gauss rifle as Hecubus fires his jump jets.
Oh, it's air time. Air Jordan.
Air Hecubus.
Air Hecubus. There you go.
Hecubus touches down, and it looks like he's wounded himself as Obi-Wan takes him out with a vicious combo of energy weapons.
Time's expired.
Team Molten takes round 2 and evens up this game. You know, Hecubus and Mo Vaughn seemed very intent on taking each other out in that round.
Yeah, well, it's normal for personal vendettas to develop during the course of the play, and that can certainly make the round more interesting, as long as someone's personal battle doesn't cost the team the whole war.
Well, these teams have had 2 rounds to develop their grudges. Let's see how those play out in round 3.
Round 3 begins as Obi-Wan battles Hecubus and 808 Strafe. He's making good use of his pulse lasers and missiles, and he's really putting the hurt on his enemy.
All 3 of these guys are making their shots count.
Yeah, they sure are, and things are obviously getting tough for 808 Strafe as he flushes his coolant and begins to move away from the battle.
That's just rude, flushing your coolant at your enemies.
All right, meanwhile, Silence crests the hill, and he's found Shamu. He's going to unload on him with his heavy lasers, and he fights back and fires his jump jets.
Beautiful, look at that run.
All right, he comes down and oh no, Travis, he's broken his right foot.
Oh, that's gonna hurt him later.
Yeah, Shamu is punishing him with his Gauss rifle and pulse lasers.
Get out of there.
He fires his jump jets to escape again.
Oh, not good enough. You know, those jump jets are far more useful if you planned on landing somewhere away from the enemy.
Absolutely. Shamu smacks him down, and Mo Vaughn moves in on Shamu.
Oh, look at the leg.
Shamu is fighting back with his LRMs and his Gauss cannon, but Mo Vaughn is undamaged. He's got quite an advantage here, Travis.
He's a sitting duck. There's no way that he's going to... Oh, look at that.
Oh, no, Shamu is just ripped apart by the Team Molten group.
Game over.
Well, with the conclusion of that game, and a messy conclusion it was, we can take a look at our scoreboard and see who wins this week's match.
Team Steel won Game 1 in Counter-Strike, then went on to win Game 2 in Unreal Tournament. Team Molten won Game 3 in Mechwarrior 4.
So, Steel has taken 2 of the 3 game points, and Molten will need to capture the total accumulated kill point and the MVP point if they're going to pull out the last-minute victory.
As we tally up the scores, we find that Team Molten has indeed taken the total accumulated kills point, 27 to 24.
This gives each team 2 points, and the winner of the MVP point will take this week's match.
Our MVP is... Silence from Team Molten.
We spoke to Silence after the match, and here's what he had to say.
Oh man, it feels fantastic to win. I honestly didn't think I was going to do it. Teamwork's everything in this. I mean, this isn't a fighting game. You're working with a team, especially in Counter-Strike. I mean, honestly, I think I just won because I was hyper. I just hold down the W key. I may have won this victory, but it's all about my team, you know? And this is for all of us.
Don't forget, if you'd like to qualify for the tournament, get online and check out our website at g4tv.com/arena. And remember, kids, these are 3D models in a computer game. None of this is real. That's all for this week. For Travis Oates, I am Will Wheaton. We'll see you next time in the arena.